What's good, Upstanders? Dr. O here, and I wanted to get your thoughts about Captain America: Brave New World. Number one across the globe, getting mixed reviews. I thought it was a great movie. I liked the transition of Captain America with Anthony Mackie, who I also felt did a great job. Now, in the comic books, he has certain powers, but he doesn't. He's never had these powers, to communicate with birds and stuff like that. All throughout any of the MCU stuff. So they continued with that. Now, of course, there's going to be spoilers here, so just be mindful of that. I thought it was good. I thought that the fact that they had I like what they did with Danny Ramirez. Although I will say that I feel like having two Falcons, I'm not really the biggest fan of that, because what I liked about the original Captain America and Falcon, and then also the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, was that they had completely different types of powers that they could use to complement each other. So I thought that the two Falcons things was kind of interesting. But there was something that I noticed, and I wonder if you noticed this as well, which really caught my attention. And overall, I think it's cool, but I wonder what you thought about it. The movie in no way, shape, or form talked about anything relating to race. And as any of y'all know who are in the comic book world, all of these shows, whether we're talking about Luke Cage, whether we're talking about Black Panther, whether we're talking about so many different movies, right? They'll either, particularly with Black people, or even, Blue Beetle obviously was rooted in a lot of things as well, right? But a lot of movies with Black people, they will either directly mention things relating to race, or they'll add some type of hip hop element to it. Maybe have some gangs, maybe have some soundtrack. Like all hip hop to try to, I don't know, for lack of a better term, blackify it, make it appeal to the hood and stuff like that. They didn't do that in this movie in any way, shape, or form. I didn't see any mentions to race. I don't recall seeing anything that was kind of hip hop oriented in any way, shape, or form. I didn't see anything representing, like, what people would call quote unquote hood politics. And there's one reason why I don't, well, there's probably two reasons, but there's one main reason I don't have a problem with that, is because they did all of that in Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was an amazing miniseries on the Disney app, which I strongly recommend you go see. If you haven't seen Captain America Brave New World yet, or if you saw Captain America Brave New World, you need to go and see that again, and it'll make a lot of things make sense to you. Because in that series, which was amazing, they dealt into all of that. The fact that there was a Black Winter Soldier who was in the movie, Isaiah Bradley, who they tested on before Captain America, and the things that happened to him, which basically dealt with the whole issue of Black people and experimentation in this country, whether you're talking about Tuskegee syphilis, whether you're talking about finding an American gynecology, operations on enslaved Black women without their permission or anesthesia, right? Like, a lot of that stuff was talked about in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it played heavily on Sam's character, on Anthony Mackie's character, Sam Wilson. And so because they went into a deep dive in that, they went down to Baltimore and, saw things going on. There was the whole police, arrest scene with the police, the cops showing up. And of course, Sam, did get arrested by FBI once the government put the warrant on him, and Ramirez and the like. But that was different. It wasn't like a racially profiling scene like you would see at the beginning of like Black Lightning that was on the TV shows. So I thought that was very interesting, but because, like I said, because of what they did in Falcon and Winter Soldier, they didn't have to. And I don't know if there were scenes that were cut that maybe dealt with that, but there was a lot going on to just portray Sam Wilson as an average American. He's in the bar, everybody's recognizing him, telling him his money's no good here, and so on and so forth. And I thought that it worked. And I feel like if people need to see that, that maybe speaks to a little bit of their own expectations of what they need for Black people. I don't think this movie was designed to do what Black Panther did. This movie was designed to showcase a new Captain America and everything that he was going to bring to the table. He was a normal guy, didn't take the serum. Hey, I'm going to keep it real. I'm taking that serum. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Like, I'm take the serum, bro. You can still fly. You can still got the shield. You can still throw it around. Ain't nobody gonna stop you. You know what I'm saying? But just take the joint. You know what I mean? I hope that you don't take this and you take the serum, and then that'll give you the power to talk to birds or whatever. Like, get some strength up in there. You know what I mean? But he did his thing, and so I'm really happy for the movie. I know it's got mixed reviews, and fine, people can give things mixed reviews and do whatever they want. I thought Harrison Ford was great. Rest in peace to William Hurt. who was incredible as Ross in the prior movies. I really also appreciated the fact that they finally brought the leader back and tied what happened in the Incredible Hulk from 2008. Ed Norton was amazing, one of my favorite actors at that time in particular as well. So I thought that they did. I'm very interested to see what the MCU is doing and bringing in the different aspects of the MCU and bringing it all together. Because now, obviously, you got the comics, the other shows like Punisher and Daredevil and all of those guys. Daredevil was in Spider-Man: No Way Home. So I'm very interested to see how they do. I feel like there's a little bit of a concern that they can try to just do too much. But they didn't do too much. I also found the whole thing about the adamantium to be interesting because in the comics, Steve Rogers' original shield, or Captain America's original shield, is made out of adamantium and not vibranium. And of course, that's Wolverine's wolf skeleton as well. So that was interesting. But overall, the biggest thing I noticed in that movie was, the absence of conversations relating to anything about race. I think it was intentional. Obviously, this movie was not filmed this year. I mean, it was maybe finished, last year or whatever, but it's been filming for a while. So I don't really think it's a big response to like Trump and all this other, but at the same time, I don't know. ABC, did settle their lawsuit, well over Stephanopoulos and everything. So I don't know. I don't really know what went behind that, but I thought that it was an interesting thing to do. And because of what they did in the Falcon and Winter Soldier on the Disney series, the 6-episode series, which was amazing, I'm fine with the fact that they didn't go on into the movie. But hey, holla, what y'all think? Hit a brother up. Let me know in the comments. Are you going to see it? Did you see it? What were you feeling? What were you not feeling? Let's have at it. All right. Peace out.